That's the difference between a winner and a loser. A winner will take their mistakes and fix them and work better. A loser will just dwell on them and sit on them and think, oh, I can't do any better than that. Welcome guys, welcome back to RunningWilde with Coach Wilde. Again, we got cameraman Casey Clark behind the camera, working the mic, doing the editing. If there's anything you don't like about the editing or bugging you, make sure you comment below and I'll hit him hard about it. He needs to be doing his job right. Today, we are talking about how to get back up after a bad performance. It's really hard to get back up after a bad performance because you feel like you've let your team down and you've let yourself down. But you can't really let it bog you down for very long, because that's time that you're losing that you can start rebuilding yourself and making yourself better. Right after, it's okay to show your emotions, but don't bring attention to yourself. Don't make it a big deal. You can get angry, you can get sad, upset, that's fine. But just get it out of your system. Just don't bring attention to yourself. Get it out so that you can then go pick up your teammates, let your teammates pick up you, or if you guys still won, relish in your victory, because even though you may have done a bad play, had a bad game, your team still won. If they lost and you really feel like it's because of you, use this as an opportunity to make yourself better. What were the mistakes you made? How can you fix them? And then when the next time comes, how can you execute what you've learned to better yourself and better the team? A good way to really help yourself, kind of get back up feeling good, is put yourself around your teammates. Whether they're going to be picking you up because they know that you're not happy about your performance, or just because it's your team. You guys are friends. Make sure that you guys are a good team. You need to have good chemistry. You can't force that, but it does come if you guys are trying to be better today than you were yesterday and trying to make yourself better tomorrow than you were today and yesterday. Don't get lazy and don't rest on a past win, a past success. You got to make sure that you're working towards that goal continually. And if you surpass that goal mid-season, find a new goal. That's great. It means that you didn't believe in yourself enough, but it also means that you're working hard to make yourself even better than you thought you could have. So keep going, keep moving forward. You can't forget the feeling of how it feels to mess up. You don't want to let it drain on you. You don't want it to really sit with you. How can we learn from it? How can we do better next time? What can I do to make sure that I don't let it happen again? We're always going to make mistakes, and we learn a heck of a lot more from mistakes than we do successes. We just want to keep getting successes because that feels good. That's why we win and that's why we lose. That's the difference between a winner and a loser. A winner will take their mistakes and fix them and work better. A loser will just dwell on them and sit on them and think, oh, I can't do any better than that. A winner may plateau a little bit, but they're going to find a way to start climbing up that mountain again so that they can be king of the mountain. You want to make sure that you're always working towards your goal. You have those failures in the back of your mind, but don't let them weigh you down. Make sure they're propelling you forward. Just like you're going to have coaches, teammates, opponents, maybe significant others or friends that doubt your ability, you can't doubt your ability. Hopefully your coaches don't doubt your ability. Hopefully your coach is bringing you up. They may know your limits, and hopefully they're trying to find the best way to tell you to rise up. Coaches, don't limit your athletes. Even if you tell them, I don't think you can do it, make sure you throw in a caveat there. But I love when I'm proven wrong. That's something that I tell my kids all the time. I have kids that will come in and tell me, Coach, I'm gonna PR in my event by this much of a new mark, whether it be seconds, feet, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I feel like, oh, that's gonna be pretty hard. I don't think you're gonna do that. I think we should pull on the reins and maybe set a little bit more reachable of a goal. And it can hurt, but also make sure they know that, hey, if you do this, I will eat my words gladly. I love being proved wrong by my athletes. When I set expectations on them or limits on them and they exceed those, no better feeling. It's a win-win. For the athlete is better, than they were yesterday. You have you have a kid that's better than they were and what you thought they were gonna be. You know, that opens a whole bunch more possibilities for them and for you. Make sure that you're never limiting your athletes by telling them they cannot. Just tell them, I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, prove me wrong. I will be your biggest supporter, and I want you to prove me wrong, but we wanna set believable and reachable expectations. When you're around your teammates, you wanna make sure that your mistakes or their mistakes, they don't tear each other down. Make sure your teammates don't tear you down. Make sure your teammates don't tear other people down. Make sure your athletes aren't ripping each other. And coaches, if you make a mistake, admit it. Don't be shy about, you know, letting them know that you made a mistake. I've made plenty of mistakes, and I've told athletes that I did. I still remember my first year having problems with athletes coming up to me and asking me a question. Like, hey coach, why are we doing this today? And I would, you know, that was kind of an affront to me, because at first I was thinking they were questioning me rather than asking a question. And I know that I coach the sports that are a little bit less intense in the views of a lot of people, but a good coach is a good coach. You know, when you're down, don't let you being down ruin the opportunities that you could have or your teammates could have. And coaches, build your team up. Sometimes it's hard to really build a team up after a loss, whether it was your fault or their fault. How do you go about building that team up after those bad performances? Point out the good, point out the things you can work on. You know, I don't like to really attack single people, but you can bring up those situations, and if the kid's gonna know if it was them or not, bring it out to the team without calling that individual out. Everybody's gonna respond a lot better. But don't say we lost because of that one play. And for the most part, coaches don't do that. They never say like, we lost because of this one play. There was a whole other 60 minutes that we had. There was a whole 45 minutes, whole 2.5 miles, part of the race. Don't put the blame on one guy unless that guy is you as the coach. And if your teammates love you and your kids love you, if you take the blame, they're gonna respect you, but they're also gonna try to help you do better, as well as they're gonna try to do better for you next time, if you're promising to work better next time and be better, more prepared. Thanks guys. Hope you liked that video. Hopefully you got the information that you needed. Again, like and comment. If there's any particular topics you guys wanna see or hear, let me know. Comment down below. Thanks guys. Coach Wilde, hope I see you out there running crazy. Because that was gross. It may have sounded good, but that was nasty. You know, that's